Welcome to the House of Dragon recap. Set 172 years before the events of Game of Thrones, the Targaryens rule over the Iron Throne, specifically King Viserys I. Dragons are abundant and the Targaryens own several, assigned to them at a young age. Viserys' only child is a daughter, Rhaenyra. Without any sons, kingship is always the question. Once his wife and child die during birth, also because his brother Daemon is ruthless and volatile, he names Rhaenyra as heir to the Iron Throne. His second in command, Otto Hightower, pushes for his daughter Alicent to be his next wife, also friend of Rhaenyra. She slowly meshes into his life, and 2 years later, they are married and have a son, Aegon. After fighting in the Battle of Stepstone, Daemon returns home, welcomed and caught up on all the wonderful news. Uncle Daemon slips Rhaenyra out of the castle, where in a brothel they start to confide in their animalistic tendencies, or incest. Daemon can't stick it through and leaves. With emotions high, she starts to become a little too personal with her personal bodyguard, Sir Criston Cole. Spies reaching across the kingdom report to Otto Hightower about Daemon and Rhaenyra being at the brothel together. This could ruin their reputation, because her losing her virginity before marriage is shunned upon. She flips this on her source, Otto. With her bias to Aegon, Viserys kicks him off the hand of the king, and this too starts a war between Rhaenyra and Alicent for the seat on the Iron Throne. By her side is now Lara Strong, an elusive figure that hears all, one of which is about Rhaenyra drinking the moon tea to stop pregnancies. She delves deeper into this and realizes that she had been sleeping with Sir Criston Cole. To stop all the rumors, Rhaenyra has to get married. They reach out to the Valyrians, Corlys the Sea Snake, and Rhaenys. This political marriage is with Laenor. He is homosexual, and Rhaenyra keeps it a secret as long as she gets to stay with her paramour. Sir Criston is slightly different and wants to run away together, but that isn't plausible. So on the night of their marriage ceremony, Alicent arrives late to garner more attention in a green dress. Laenor's lover Sir Joffrey rubs him the wrong way about his affair, and on the night he beats him to death. We skip 10 years into the future. Rhaenyra has just given birth to her third child. Viserys is happy to see his grandson. Alicent is still strong-arming her from the family, shedding doubtful thoughts about her children that look nothing like Laenor. He overlooks these ideas. Lara Strong brings up the fact that the kids mostly look like her new Kingsguard, Harwin. Since Sir Criston Cole has become Alicent's personal bodyguard, they both despise Rhaenyra. During training, he would pick on Rhaenyra's children, with Harwin helping them out. He starts to question if he is the real father. With this came skeptical eyes, and Harwin decides to leave town. King Viserys is coming on with age, but on top of that he has leprosy. Married, Daemon frees up the spot by murdering his own wife, or an accident during riding. He remarries with Laena Velaryon, a skilled rider with one of the original dragons, Vhagar. During childbirth and a prolonged state of difficult labour, realizing that she nor her child could live, she went out in Vhagar's flame. Mourning the harrowing death of Laena, Daemon ignites a continued relationship with Rhaenyra, where they start to get down and dirty once more. She had her husband assassinated, well, kind of. The hit was meant to scare him away, so they set up the scene like he was murdered, but in actuality he fled in a boat. During this mystical night, Aemon decides to get his own dragon, stealing Vhagar right from under the Valyrians. Angered by Aemon stealing their dragon, the kids break out into a massive fight, until a knife is unsheathed, and Aemon loses an eye. This splits the family even more. Viserys tries to settle the ordeal by banning the mentioning of Rhaenyra's kids not being related to Laenor. Unsatisfied with this, Alicent takes it into her own hands and tries to trade eyes. This only ends with a cut. The ancestral duo now get married and are free to do whatever. Living at Dragonstone, the Sea Snake has just been injured, so his brother, Vaemon, says that Rhaenyra's kids aren't related to Laenor, thus he wants to inherit the land back. Going in front of the court, now bedridden, Viserys is unable to rule, leaving room for the Hightowers to take over. However, Viserys makes his last trek up the stairs to assess the situation. With Rhaenys' testimony of their blood connection and King Viserys' bias to Rhaenyra, he lets out his last words and is decapitated for them. Now finally, as a family, the Targaryens decide to marry the Velaryons, so more incest for them, but they are forced to pretend like they like each other in front of the king, until he leaves and another fight breaks out. Not too long after, old King Viserys passes. His last words was rambling, but he did mention something about Aegon. In this, Alicent decides to make Aegon the next king. With the entire king's hand ready, they force subjects to kneel before them, or go against them in treason, locking up Rhaenys Targaryen for her potential disapproval. But she is snuck out by Kingsguard Eric. To her dismay, she finds that they are crowning Aegon at King's Landing. She also sneaks off to take her dragon back and fly away, warning Rhaenyra about the ordeal that just unfolded. They now crown Rhaenyra as queen of the region. Before it comes to war, they try to make peace. Otto offers them a chance, If they will renounce all claim to the throne, they will be set free and not punished. Not wanting to start a war, she thinks on it for the time. They search on what houses will assist them if it does come to that, especially now that the King Snake has survived his injuries and awoken. With more firepowers in dragons, Jace and Luke take it into their own hands to invite their houses to help with war. Luke arrives at Storm's End at the seat of the Baratheon. Once he lands, he spots a dragon outside. Aemon had already been there first and he chooses to side with them. Because Luke took out his eye years before, Aemon wants it back, chasing him with the dagger and on Dragon 2, scaring him for a bit until Vhagar actually consumes him. It finally sets in that he has just started an all-out war. Hearing of the news, Rhaenyra knows it is time for war. This is where the series ends. For more, watch this.